Folks, you may be wondering what I'm doing here. I'm eating Rosie's Vermont beef jerky. Right there. Rosie's an affiliate. Well, anyway, the person who owns Rosie's, maybe Rosie's not her name, it's an affiliate over at ZeekRewards. I was over on their website, rosiesbeefjerky.com. They got maple syrup. I'm going to get maple syrup next time. I love fresh maple syrup. I digress. Sorry about that. Hey, we're here today because I want to do a review on Ziegler. Because as I look at Ziegler and I see a lot of the information that critics are putting out there and a lot of questions from the affiliates. The question is, can the actual auction support the compensation plan? And at the end of the day, that is what really all regulators, everybody looks at. So I reached out to Alex DeBronze, the internet marketing manager. I got some figures from him. And I went over and I studied some of the numbers and some of the countries in which stuff's coming from. So we're going to cover that. But before I do, I got an interesting call. A nationally acclaimed talk show host that does a money show, does an investment show. He's on all over the place. Called me up and said, Troy, I want you to listen to a recording that I did. So I listened. It was excuse me. It was a Zeke affiliate, completely out of compliance. And as this talk show host started talking about investing money with this gentleman and what kind of money he could put into ZeekRewards and everything, this distributor just kept going on and going on. And I've told you, distributors, when you're out of compliance, the compliance team will terminate your butt. If you want ZeekRewards, if you want any of the penny auctions to last, to really become something that's solid that can change your life, then you need to be within compliance. And seriously, I don't care what network marketing company you are in. If you're not in compliance, you've got a major issue, and you can be terminated. You can cause trouble for the companies. So I strongly suggest that you guys go through the compliance course. I know 70,000 Zeke affiliates went through the compliance course last month alone. Rest of you better get up there before they turn on the mandatory switch. Is July or the end of July? If you're not through compliance, you're out, you're done. So I'd advise you to get on and do that. Now, let's get into business here. Let's take a peek at what we've got. A lot of people love talking about Alexa rankings. I could care less about Alexa, but we're going to use that. But I use Compete. So I went over to compete.com. I wanted to see what was going on. And I found this interesting. When you actually look at the penny auction, and we took this back to May of last year, so May of 2011, they had about 22,000 visitors a month. We looked at June, they had 11,000 visitors a month. It went down, and then bam, July of last year, it kicked up to 80,000 visitors a month. Kind of took a little dip during that October or August, September, but it started going back up. In October of last year, it literally cranked up to 68,000. But here was the kicker. In December of 2011, it went to 92,000. In January, 127,000. February, 150,000. And then it jammed up in March, 244,000. Kind of leveled off in tax season during April and went to 248. And then in May, it jumped up to 317,000 unique visitors to the website. Now, here's why this is important to me. I'm going to share some numbers in a minute, but if I just do this at 317,000 unique visitors in the month of May, I multiply that by a conversion rate of people that actually visited for the first time and then joined the auction, and I use a conversion rate of 13.72%. That is 43,492 people a month that are coming over onto the website for the very first time, are converting and getting into the auctions. I thought that was a remarkable number. Now, we're going to go into more detail here, but let me not keep you held up too long. I want to jump over here to Alexa, because Alexa is what everybody looks at. That's what people want to know about. If you look at the Alexa ranking, and people have asked me, Troy, if ZeekRewards is so good, why isn't the Ziegler website as high as the ZeekRewards website? Well, it's because different people will go. Not everybody that is given a bid is going to use it. That's why they have those buybacks and stuff like that in there. And it's why all companies now have these qualifications. But when you look at the fact that Alexa ranking for Ziegler is at 1,300, and the fact that Ziegler is now the second most popular penny auction on the internet, it blows my mind to see this. When you look at the two closest after this, they're like, I think, 30,000 and 50,000. The number one site's at 909. So Ziegler truly is getting right up there, and they're jumping in on that. So I thought that was good. Now here's something else that I found. A lot of people, a lot of critics, and I respect this from them, but a lot of affiliates also have said, well, how do we know that people are using the bids? And some people have even written on our blog and said, well, Troy, I'm in America, and I've been an affiliate, and I talk to people, and they don't seem to be using their bids. America's a unique deal. But here's what I want you to realize. When you look at the actual regional traffic rankings, you see that Ziegler ranks 91 in Uzbekistan, 129 in Kazakhstan, 162 in Georgia, 190 in Ukraine, 204 in Russia, 214 in Latvia, Bangladesh 289, Hungary 339, Israel 439. I started looking at that and I thought, man, why is that? And I finally had to go back and look at some of my own reporting to really get a grip on what I was looking at. And here's what I realized very quickly. Penny auctions, unique bid auctions, period, started in Europe. These are European countries, Mideastern countries, where people are so used to the penny auctions. It wasn't until just a couple months ago that the largest penny auction in the United States, Qubit, started a multi-million-dollar ad campaign to start pumping traffic over there. So in looking at that, we start to realize this is pretty interesting, because we're starting to see where the people come from. We're starting to see what's going on, where they're at. When you look at the top sites, percentage by visitor, Russia, 27.2%, the United States, 21%, Ukraine, 4%, Kazakhstan, 3.4%, Pakistan, 2.8%, Spain, 2.3%, Bangladesh. It's interesting to see this. Russia and the United States are the two biggest. Now, Russia caused a lot of problems along with China a few months ago. And to this date, a lot of fraud comes out of Europe, a lot of fraud comes out of Asia. The sites now got themselves set up. They're now doing processing to get on the auctions, it's my understanding. So things are looking good there. Now here's something else that I found that was interesting. I look at the red carpet days, and when I'm there, I've made comments to Paul and the staff of, man, you guys don't seem to have very many Generation Y millennials in the audience. They seem to be running the company, but you don't have them in the audience. The traffic site, the average age of people that are going to Ziegler's website and bidding, 45 to 65 is what it is. The majority of them have children. It's an equal balance, male and female. And the majority of people that are there have some type of college, and they're going there from home. So, you know, I share this with you so that you guys understand the Ziegler deal is a huge deal. Now, this isn't all we did. What we also did, because I thought this was important, I got a hold of Alex, and I said, Alex, can you give me some numbers? I want to know some numbers, something that we can look at. And I'm not going to bore you and put up all the numbers over on the blog post, but I'm going to share some things with you. You can go over at the blog post, see the information that we put up, because I thought it was very important. But here's some of the stuff that we put up. Ziegler is now number 2 in penny auctions, which is phenomenal. Total visits for just the last 30 days up 4.3%. Unique visits are up 2.9%. Here's the deal. Sign-ups are up 2.85%. So everything's raising. But here was the deal. New visits, that's brand new people that are coming to the website for the first time, is converting at 13.72%. That goes back to that 40-some-odd thousand people that are actually bidding on a monthly basis. Here was what was intriguing to me. Alex said, Troy, I want you to understand that the gold standard of conversion is Amazon, and their industry high is 17%. So we've got Ziegler, where some people have said, well, we don't know if the site's fancy enough, pizzazzy enough. We see other sites more fancy. That isn't what does it. I have studied internet marketing for, I don't know, since 1992, 93, as we started really looking at what was going to be launching and what had happened. 95 is when the actual World Wide Web got around. when we look at this, we actually know the psychology behind what gets people to convert. And I do a complete course on this. We're not selling it here. I'm just letting you know this is why some companies will bring us in and have us train on this. Having a conversion rate of 13.72% is huge. Knowing what it takes to convert that is something that's a science. Not everybody can do it. You can have the fanciest looking website out there, but if you don't know what you're doing, you will not convert people. So I thought that was great. Here was the other thing. He said, Troy, the visitors, the amount of visitors each month that we get in to Zeekler alone would fill the Dallas Cowboys Stadium 26 times. I don't know about you, friends, but that's a boatload of traffic. Now, I did this because I really want people to understand that it doesn't matter what penny auction it is. If you've got the traffic and you're driving this amount of traffic there, and you're converting it at 13 to 14%, you're going to have people bidding constantly. Now, the question's going to be, do the auctions, can they produce enough revenue, enough income from those retail customers to support the compensation plan? I believe in what we're looking at here at Zeekler, that is a firm possibility. I also know that Rex Venture Group is getting ready to launch something that's amazing. They're putting some brand new qualifiers in, which I like, and here's why I like this. A lot of people that are in ZeekRewards now wants to gripe and moan. I don't want qualifiers. I just want passive income. I'm going to sue you. You know what? You guys need to quit right now, ZeekRewards. You need to quit it, get out of it, go find a company where you can be in that business illegally with passive income, because ZeekRewards and their compliance and legal team are putting together one of the most unique business models I've ever seen, and I guarantee you that when they launch this next biggest piece of the puzzle, it will change ZeekRewards forever to the positive. And more people are probably going to want to get involved. It's going to be exciting. It's interesting to watch this. I believe, just like I've said before, this was coming down the pike. I don't think ZeekRewards today is going to look like it will be in a year or 2 years, just like Doobly and Doobly Network don't look like they did in 2009. They're reverse auction. They're not penny auctions. I know that starting out, we got to call the red flags. But when a company makes the changes, when they start doing it, I don't care if you're a critic or you're an advocate for network marketing. You should at least look at it and say, yes, they're making the changes. You know, that's the key. That's when a company will do what they need to do and they listen to their compliance people and they listen to their legal team. What more do you want as a critic of network marketing? You gripe and you moan that companies won't do it right. When a company starts to do it right, should we not give them room to do it the correct way? I don't care what penny auction it is. It needs to be done correctly. Affiliates, do your job right. Act like you're in network marketing, not in some passive illegal income scheme. That's the difference. Folks, live life like it's an epic adventure. And remember, stay dangerous, stay strong, and reach for your dreams. Until next time.